Yeah, I think there's quite a few reasons, but from being being local, being around here, growing up, watching the team, it's obviously a place I wanted to play one day. So, and then just the way kind of the team's looking, the culture, the people, and that's something they're growing here that I wanted to be a part of. So I'm excited to be part of the group.
We just talked to Patrick Alvine. He said that you probably left a little bit of money on the table to play here. Is that true? And why is that? Is it just about playing for your hometown team, or tell us a little bit about why you were willing to make that sacrifice?
Yeah, I think for me it does mean a lot. To play close to home, something I've always wanted to do, and it's a passionate fan base, and that's someone you want to play in front of. So, and then just like I said before, also the team. I feel like it's a team that's competitive and not far away from winning. So that's exciting.
For those of you just joining us, please indicate if you have a question using the raise hand function. Gemma, go ahead.
Danton, what's your favorite Canucks memory?
My favorite Canucks memories probably would have been Game 7 against Chicago when Burroughs got the overtime winner. I remember being at that game. That was an exciting time for the organization and the fan base. Getting out of that first round and going on that run. So unfortunately, it didn't end the way everybody wanted it, but that that run was a good memory, and that's something hopefully we can do, is go on a run like that, and bring a cup to the city.
We'll go to Chris Faber, Canucks.com.
Hey, Dad, congrats on the deal. Just wanted to ask, going off of what this team's done in the past year and being able to turn this around and getting to a winning environment, what are you looking to add to that, if any, and kind of how you're going to be able to do that to this group?
Yeah, I mean, I think exactly that. I think I just want to try to add to it. I don't think everybody's seen what they're doing with the culture and how it's changed, and I think that's, you just got to come in and do your job and be you, and try to just compliment everybody, kind of what everybody's been doing, and just be another cog in the wheel. And so yeah, for me, I don't want to try to do too much. I just want to be me, and try to get to know the group, and just pull on the chain.
So being a local guy, I'm sure there's some family members that love this. I'm curious, who was the most excited family member seeing that you signed with Vancouver?
I mean, yeah, probably my mom, to be honest. My mom or dad. She likes them a little closer to home now, and but yeah, no, the support I've gotten from family and friends is unbelievable. So it's it's fun.
And just the third one here, if I could sneak it in, for players, for Canucks fans that haven't seen your game enough being in the Eastern Conference, what do you plan to bring to a lineup every night?
Yeah, for me, I think I take a lot of pride in my two-way game. Something I've tried to develop over the years is kind of being good on both sides of the puck. Whether it's penalty kill or offensively, I try to take pride and put pressure on myself to produce and chip in offensively as well. So yeah, I think the biggest part of my game is kind of my ability to make plays, and so that's something I'm gonna try to do all over the ice. But yeah, anything to try to help this team win.
We'll take a follow-up from Gemma Carson-Smith.
Danton, it's a bit of an unusual free agency period where 3 guys from Boston are coming up to Vancouver, 2 guys who are playing in Vancouver are going back down to Boston. What does that say about these 2 teams?
Yeah, I mean, I think we talk about the culture, but it's true, and both teams are trying to build those culture, and I think that I'm grateful to have the opportunity to be a part of that. Both teams are, I think, not far off winning, so it's an exciting time for both places.
And are you stoked to have Jake and Derek with you up here in Vancouver?
Yeah, for sure. Those guys are great. Great teammates, great hockey players and people. So it'd be great to see them.
I'm excited to get going with the fellas. Just kind of seeing the success that they had last year, and it was an opportunity to join a team that has a chance to win, and that was kind of the first thing I was looking for. So definitely excited.
One of the big things that, they sort of used as a hallmark of their defensive game in the playoffs last year, especially, was having size and physicality to be able to defend and make it hard to get to the front of the net in the middle of the ice. Does that sort of fit with your game and your style of play?
Yeah, definitely. I think of myself as kind of like a hard-nosed, kind of simple penalty killing defenseman, and kind of sounds like that's what they're looking for. So it's a good fit.
We'll go to Kevin Woodley, NHL.com.
Sorry, Derek, took a second to unmute there. Does it make it any easier coming with teammates that you know from Boston? Like, what can you tell us about the relationships with Jake and Danton, and does that make the transition to a new team any easier?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, JD has been one of my close buddies the last 3 years in Boston, and got to know Heino pretty good last year, and they're both awesome guys and great teammates and really good players. So, yeah, it definitely helps. I already texted JD. I said, "Where are you buying us a house?" So we'll see what he comes up with.
What kind of conversations did you have with them about, like, you talked a little bit about penalty killing and style and role. Like, have you had a chance at all to have conversations with the coaching staff about expectations here and about the environment you're coming into?
Nothing too deep. It was a pretty brief conversation, but yeah, just kind of like the style that they like to play, and um, just like kind of similar roles to where I played in LA and how I played in Boston and Winnipeg. So that's just kind of what they were looking for, and I was looking for a good opportunity.
We'll go to Gemma Karsten-Smith, Canadian Press.
Hi, Derek. I'm wondering what else you can tell us that you've seen out of this Canucks group that made you want to be a part of it.
Yeah, I think it was just kind of the turnaround that they had last year. They were a hard team to play against. They played fast. They have a lot of high end talent and skill. And kind of be a nice supporting and do my job and do my role and just do anything to help the team win. That's just kind of what I'm looking forward to.
And you're a guy who's obviously played in a Canadian market before. How do you feel about coming back to somewhere where you're going to be under pretty bright lights?
Yeah, I love it. Boston was a pretty heavy market as well, and I think it makes it more fun when everyone's invested, and there is that kind of that pressure, and yeah, I think it brings out the best in me for sure.
We'll go to Chris Faber, Canucks.com.
Hey, Derek, when Jake was describing you as a player, he says that you absolutely love eating pucks. And we saw a lot of that throughout the playoffs, just kind of everybody stepping up. And we've had so much talk about shots like blocked throughout the playoffs. How much is that something that you enjoy doing or kind of have to do? What's the story there on eating pucks?
Yeah, I think it just kind of goes back to when I was a kid, and we had a Bantam coach who was he was pretty crazy about us blocking shots, and we would work on it in practice. I think he would fire real ones at us, sometimes tennis balls, but sometimes real ones. And it just kind of evolved and became part of my game. Yeah, it's like when I get a couple blocks early, it's something that kind of helps me get in the game, and I love doing it, and it gets the boys pumped up on the bench.
And this season, we've seen a lot of defensemen, especially the bigger ones, the guys like your size, kind of really enjoy working with Adam Foote and Rick Tocchet on this coaching staff. For you, getting the opportunity to spend every day with Adam Foote and Sergei Gonchar, what does that mean for a defenseman?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I remember watching Footy back when he was playing with Colorado, and you had him and Blakey back there, and those were kind of two guys that I kind of looked up to in their style of play and just the hard nosed aspect of being a defenseman, and I'm just really excited to learn from him.